Oh, this is going to be an amazing Hockey Night Canada matchup. We've got the Vancouver Canucks versus the the Calgary Flames. Dude, Calgary took so many players from Vancouver this past offseason, and they got one back in Travis Hamonic, okay? And the rumor has it that Calgary didn't want to keep him, and he wanted to stay there. So he might be out for, not blood, but out for some revenge here tonight in Calgary. This should be one hell of a matchup here. Vancouver, everybody's saying they took a step back. They still got a pretty good team. And Calgary, okay, they lost that game against Winnipeg. It was exactly like how they lost in the playoffs against Dallas there. So they really need to step it up because they had a great first period, but they need to have a full 60-minute effort. You cannot afford to lose more than like one game at a time in this North Division, or in any division for that matter, because not only are you losing yourself, but you're giving 3 points to another team that you're competing with in the same division every single night. All right, let's start on the Vancouver side of things, where they are dearly seeming to miss JT Miller because Jake Virtanen, not sure how good of a fit that is on the top line here, but it's going to have to stay that way. It's going to be Boeser, Pettersson, and Virtanen as the first line. And then the second line, you got Pearson, Horvat, and Hoglander. Hoglander scored first in his first NHL game the other night, so let's hope he can continue that tonight. And Antoine Roussel-Gaudette, who had an awesome goal last game, and also Zach McEwen popping in on the third line. And on the fourth line, we got Mott, Beagle, and Brandon Sutter. Then on defense, it's looking like it's going to be Edler with Nate Schmidt. Second pairing, we got Quinn Hughes with Travis Hamonic. That'll be an interesting storyline to watch there. And then Olli Juolevi with Tyler Myers. And my key to victory for the Canucks is how many players can you convince on the Flames to rejoin the Canucks mid-game, right? I mean, like, if you can get Tanev and Markstrom just put Canucks jerseys back on mid-game, you should be good to win. But for real, in reality, it's depth scoring. How much depth scoring can the Canucks get, okay? Like, if Pettersson and Boeser can score, but you can also get some production from guys like Horvat, Hoglander, Pearson, Gaudette, then you're going to have a really good chance of winning this game tonight if you get your depth scoring, because you're just going to simply outscore the Flames. And of course I could come up here and I could say, defense, shut down the Flames. Yes, of course, that's true. But at the end of the day, if you have depth scoring and your entire lineup is firing on all cylinders, that's going to be a recipe for success tonight for the Canucks. And interestingly, in net, it's looking like it's going to be Demko. And I know what you guys are thinking. What? Are you smoking crack? Demko? He was Swiss cheese the other night against Edmonton. McDavid lit him up. Yes, but you also want to make sure that he still has his confidence, that he doesn't lose all of his confidence. So putting him right back in net might be best to regain his confidence. But again, this goaltending thing, this carousel, it's really hard to predict. So Holtby could very well be the option in net tonight, because losing games in this North Division is so costly, like I mentioned. So don't be surprised if it's Holtby, but also don't be surprised if it's Demko. It could be. This is how it is on game days with coaches. Usually they play close to their vest. They don't want to tell you and divulge who their starter is until game time. On the Calgary side of things, expect largely the same lineup as the one we saw against Winnipeg, with possibly a couple exceptions. Derek Ryan could be out in favor of Dominic Simone. That's going to be more of a game time decision. And Noah Hanifin might get a suspension for his hit from behind against Winnipeg. So we're still looking at that. The lines are going to get shifted around quite a bit, especially if Hanifin is unable to go. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. But as for right now, Hanifin's in, and so is Derek Ryan. But the lines, as of right now, it's Tkachuk, it's Lindholm, and it's Dubé as your first line. And then it's Gaudreau, it's Monahan, and it's Levo still there on that second line. And then it's Mangiapane with Backlund and Derek Ryan on that third line. And your fourth line looking like it's going to be Lucic, Sam Bennett, and Joachim Nordstrom. On D, we got Norris Trophy winner, young and fresh Mark Giordano with Rasmus Andersson as your first pairing. Like I said, caveat here, but Noah Hanifin with Chris Tanev as your second pairing, and Juuso Välimäki with Nikita Nestorov as your third pair. Expect Välimäki to get bumped up if Hanifin is indeed unable to go. And in net for the Flames, we know, of course, it's Jacob Markstrom. He's a lock. And for Calgary, the key to victory, it's simply don't blow it, okay? Come out strong, like you did in that first game, but then just breathe and play your game. Because, dude, it's weird. It's like Calgary likes to just come out of the gates flying. Sometimes, and most of the time, they'll get out to a big lead, and then they'll just die. They'll go from playing like Stanley Cup champions to playing like the Mighty Ducks, before they won the championship there. Like, it's crazy sometimes what the Flames do. So, yeah, to me, it's just consistency for this game. And, look, now your premier offensive duo is Tkachuk and Lindholm. So if Monahan and Gaudreau can provide secondary scoring tonight, I know that sounds weird to say that, but secondary scoring from Gaudreau and Monahan would really help out here 5-on-5, okay? Because Gaudreau, he likes to do his damage on the power play. Same thing with Monahan, but they need to get some more 5-on-5 points here in order to help the Flames go far. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. What do you see here? A line brawl, maybe? I mean, hey, there's a history there. Canucks and Flames, big line brawls. Ooh, I'd love to see it. But let me know what you guys see, who you're cheering for tonight, keys to victory. You guys know the deal by now. Saturday night, Hockey Night in Canada. Let's go, baby. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.